think this is such a cute fabric. This is the, cute, Hey guys, welcome to episode 58 of the Knit Now Swatch Later podcast. My name is Courtney. Today is Thursday, May 26, 2022. You can find me on Instagram as Knit Now Swatch Later and on Ravelry as Pup. And you can find my Etsy shop at whiterosefibercompany.com. I'm coming to you from Pennsylvania, where I live with my husband and our 2 dogs and 2 cats. This is a knitting podcast where I talk about all of the projects that I've been working on and some not knitty projects at all. But I do have a few things to talk about today, so I'm going to just jump right in with a finished object. These are my Penn State socks that I have been working on for quite a while. They are finally finished. I just finished this one in the car last night. It still has the needle in here that I need to use to weave in my ends. So technically not like 100% finished, but I'm done knitting on them. These took embarrassingly long to finish. I think I started them in like October of last year, and I'm just now finishing them, but there's been a lot going on around here, so I have just been, since Kay started the Clear 'em for Camp make-along, I have just been trying to finish or frog all of my works in progress, and I have made really good progress on that, and this was one of the finishes. I knit both of the socks in tandem on Addi Flexi Flips in USA's 1, which is 2.25 millimeters. So yeah, I have no idea what the yarn is. It should be in my Ravelry page. I'll check that when I finish recording this, but I do know that the heels and toes are in Dizzywig Fibers in the colorway Pussycat. I really like it because it's a gray, but it's like made up of, there's pops of blue and green and purple, but like from far away it just looks gray. So I really liked it, and I thought that it tied in nicely with the colors of this sock. So yeah, these are finally finished. After I finish recording, I'm going to weave in the ends on this sock and then give them to my husband. He will be thrilled. It has been a very long time since he's gotten a new pair of hand knit socks, so that's the goal for today, is just weave in the ends, give them to Ben. Alright, and then next up I have in my zero bag, these are another pair of just plain vanilla socks. I'm almost finished with the foot. I just need to measure to see if I can start the toe or if I need a couple more rows, but these have also been on the needles forever. I just switched to a 9-inch circular for these. This is also a US size 1, 2.25 millimeter. These are Chow-Gu 9-inch circulars. I was also knitting these on the Addi Flexi Flips, but they just weren't moving along quickly enough for me. I mean, it's just a plain vanilla pattern, but I don't know if you guys can see this, but the stitches with this yarn are really tiny. Usually I only have like 65 rounds for the foot for my husband, and this is already 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 rounds, and I still think I'm gonna have to add a few rounds, so I really need to measure these, but they are going by a little bit faster on the 9-inch circulars, which is exactly what I was hoping for. So I'm hoping to have at least this sock done by the end of the week, and then do the other sock. I definitely won't be able to finish this pair before summer sock camp, which starts on Saturday, I think, May 28th. I believe is when it starts. But I want to just finish those, get them off of my needles, and then I can cast on all the socks for summer sock camp. And that's everything for knitting. I have spent a lot of time frogging projects, just like ripping out things that I didn't think I was going to work on, or things that I knew I didn't want to work on anymore. I still have a few like lingering whips. Like my shawlography is on the shelf in my craft room, and I don't know when I'm going to get back to that, but I really do want to. I just have the border, so like it shouldn't take that long, but it's just a kind of a bigger, more tedious knit. But I do have plans on how I'm going to incorporate that into my regular knitting that I'm going to talk about towards the end of the episode if you're interested in hearing about that. As far as books go, I have read 3 books since the last time we talked, and I'm on the 4th. So I might have talked a little bit about 8 Perfect Murders by Peter Swanson in the last episode. I finished it. I really liked it. It was a really good, it was kind of a thriller, but more like mystery-ish. I did not figure it out until the very end, so that's always a plus in my book. I feel like since all I read are, mysteries, thrillers, that kind of thing, I kind of have a tendency to be able to like figure out who did it like pretty early on, just because that's all that I read. But I actually didn't figure it out until the very end. I think I guessed it, and then I kept reading, and like two sentences later, it was like, oh, it was this guy. And I was like, I knew it. So I really enjoyed that. And then I read The Fourth Monkey by J.D. Barker. That one was a pretty fast-paced thriller. I really enjoyed it. I read the whole thing in like 3 days, 4 days maybe, because we've been kind of busy. But yeah, I really liked that. Then I read The Chain by Adrian McKinty. That one was also really good. Not quite as fast-paced as the other books I've been reading, but still really good. I enjoyed it. Again, I kind of figured out what was going on, maybe like 3/4 of the way through, so it wasn't too bad, but it was very interesting the whole way through, and it's just kind of a heart-pounding like subject. The basic premise of the novel is that somebody kidnapped your child, so you have to kidnap somebody else's child to get your child back to keep the chain going. And I felt like that was a really interesting topic, and it made for a pretty good story. So and then I'm currently reading The Fifth to Die, also by J.D. Barker. It's the 2nd book in the 4 Monkey Killer series. I'm also really enjoying that one. I started reading it on Tuesday, and I read the first like 250 pages in one day. I've been pretty busy since Tuesday, so I haven't had a lot of time to get much further than that, but I am really enjoying it. And I probably will continue with the series depending on how it ends, as long as it doesn't like lose traction and doesn't like suddenly get super boring. I don't know, but sometimes some authors do that. They end like the 2nd book in the series and you're like, I hate this, I don't want to continue. But anyway, I am hoping to be able to finish that series because I'm really enjoying it. But moving into chat, over the weekend my husband and I went to the Cleveland Asian Festival, and that was really fun. I really enjoyed watching the shows. We didn't buy anything from any of the vendors just because it was all like mass-produced stuff that we could get anywhere else. At least in my opinion. There were some cool things, but we just didn't feel like we needed any of that stuff, so we left it all behind. We had basically normal Chinese food for lunch. I don't really like Chinese food, but Ben does, so we had that. And then we waited in line for bubble tea because I have been wanting to try it. And we got to the to the front of the line, and they said that they were out of bubble tea. So after the festival, we drove to 2 cafes that were supposed to have the bubble tea. The first one that we stopped at, the line was wrapped like around the outside of the cafe, so we were like, no thank you. We found another one down the road that we also had to wait quite a while, but at least it wasn't wrapped around the building. And we learned that I do not like bubble tea. So all of that for nothing basically, but I'm glad that I tried it. The tea part was really good. I just didn't like the bubbles. Like, I don't know if it was a texture thing or a flavor thing or what, but I was drinking my drink while we were driving home, and I kept getting the boba bubbles stuck in my straw, and like the third bubble that I got, I started gagging, so my husband like took the drink away from me, and he was like, don't drink anymore. Obviously you don't like it. And he finished it, so yeah, I mean, I thought it was just a texture thing, kind of a mind thing I just had to talk myself through, but apparently that was not the case. So don't like bubble tea. Lesson learned. But anyway, I've also been doing a lot more card making recently. I have been getting a bunch of stamps and die cuts. I got a Cuttlebug, which is the Cricut version of a die cutting machine, and I mostly wanted it for the embossing. I do have a Cricut that I could cut shapes on if I wanted to, but it doesn't emboss, so that was what I really wanted for the like textured background on some of the cards. So I'm really excited about that. I haven't gotten to try it out because, like I said, we've been so busy, but I have been really enjoying buying all the die cuts that I can find, so that's been fun. And then I also had a card that I want to show you guys because I'm super pumped about it, and I think this is the coolest card that I've ever made, like, to date. So I wanted to show you guys. So it's a graduation card, and it's like a little graduation cap, and it has this little thing on it that says 2022. So like that's pretty cool. We're already pretty, pretty cool here in my opinion. But then it unfolds, and we put a gift card in here, and it's in this little gift card slot that I made. There's a stamp that I stamped the word, and then I fussy cut and used pop dots. I found this cute sticker. There's a whole pack of graduation stickers, and then obviously our message, but I just think it's super cool. It just folds up like that, and I just have to make an envelope for it, which I'm hoping to get to today, and then I'm giving it to him at dinner tomorrow. This is for my my sister-in-law's husband, who just graduated from college. So yeah, I thought this was super cool. I'm really excited about it. I kind of don't want to give it to him. I kind of just want to keep it forever for me. Is that weird? Because like I graduated from college like almost 10 years ago, so not quite 10 years ago, but still, it's been a while. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this so it's like forever documented on YouTube that I made this really awesome card. So I also just found, I wasn't planning on talking about this because I just found the video this morning, but apparently Natalie from the Love and Stitches podcast has a video about how she plans out her knitting projects, and I sat there in bed this morning and watched the whole thing. It was super interesting to me. I am one of those people that I like the idea of being super organized like that, but I have a really hard time like making myself be organized like that. But the way that she broke it down made so much sense, and it's kind of what I've started doing on my own. I just don't write it out, and I don't break it down as far as she does in that video, but I kind of want to try doing that for June. I want to plan out all of my knits for June. I haven't done it yet because, like I said, I've just been busy, and I just saw the video this morning, but I did pick out a notebook for it, so that's kind of like making progress. But I got this notebook at a craft show down at Peak and Peak, which is not very far away from where I live, but it's just blank lined notebook pages. I thought it would be cute because it has a wood burned knitting project and then this little saying, so I thought this would be a great notebook for it. Very on theme. But so yeah, I'm really excited to start doing that. I have lots of ideas for what I want to knit next month, and with summer sock camp coming up this weekend, and then sock week is in July. I'm gonna have lots of socks on the needles, so hopefully this will kind of help me stay on task and keep everything kind of organized and being worked on every week. So I'm really excited to start that. Let me know if you guys want to see what I end up planning out for June. Just comment below if you guys want to see a video on that, or maybe I'll just do like an Instagram video or something, depending on how long I think it will take to talk about it. But yeah, super excited about that. So moving into shop update kinds of things, I believe it was last week I updated the shop with a summer sock camp print that I really like and you guys seem to be really enjoying. I only have, let's see, I had 3 left in the shop this morning and I've only sold 1 today, so I have 2 left. So you guys have sold me out pretty quick on that print. I don't have the bag assembled because if you've been watching with this last update, I switched to a made to order model and that is working out so well for me. Thank you guys so much for just sticking with it, sticking through the hiccups and the transition there. It's going really well. But I do have the prints. Oops, I have pieces of fabric cut out. So this is what the outside print is. It is super cute with like tents and campers and bears and trees and just, I don't know, I thought this was super cute. And then this is the inside fabric, just some little like gas lanterns that I also just thought was really cute. Went really well with the camp theme. Like I said, I only have 2 left, one of them being this one. So yeah, I think it's 2. I have to check because if you guys order sock pouches, obviously I can get more sock pouches out of the stretch of fabric than I can the medium size bags, which is what this size is. So yeah, I've been updating it in my shop, so I might have between like 2 and 4 left. So either way, they are almost gone. So if you want yours, make sure to snatch it up. And if you are a subscriber to the White Rose Fiber Company newsletter, you guys also got a special code that is exclusive for newsletter subscribers. So make sure you're using that if you're a newsletter subscriber. If you're not, make sure you jump on that list for future updates and future special coupon codes like that one. The link is in the description box below, along with everything else that I talk about in this episode. I don't think I said that at the beginning, but I will link everything that I talk about down below. The one other thing I wanted to talk about, this is what I'm planning on casting on Saturday for the summer sock camp kickoff. This is the one that I used in the product photos for the summer sock camp bags. I just thought they go together. Oops, it's sideways. I just feel like they go together really well, and it kind of looks like a campfire almost. I don't know. I just really love the colors and the like purple. There's like purple speckles throughout. You can see right there's a pretty good size one. And then this yarn is Knitted Wit Sock in the colorway Pomo Basket. So yeah, I'm really excited to cast this on Saturday. If you guys already know what you're casting on, if you're participating in summer sock camp, comment down below and let me know. I'm super excited to see all the socks coming out in the next couple of months. But I do believe that is everything that I had to talk to you guys about today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I put out a new video every 2 weeks. So until next time, happy knitting. Bye!